HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the Dentist at Hopkinton. Founded by Dr. Jill Tansey in 2003, the Dentist at Hopkinton provides state-of-the-art dental care in a comfortable and relaxing setting to patients of all ages. They are located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Hopkinton Athletic Center. Tom Nappy alongside Steve Spector, where today the Hopkinton Lady Hillers take on the Westwood Lady Wolverines in this girls varsity basketball matchup. Westwood 9-3 on the season. Hopkinton is 4-6. Westwood has won 3 of their last 4 games, and they've also beat Hopkinton once this season, 44-39. The Hillers will certainly be looking for revenge here today, but they will have a tall task at hand against a good Westwood team. Right now, we'll send it down to court level for the opening introductions and the national anthem.
Good evening, and welcome to Hopkinton High School for tonight's varsity girls basketball game as the Westwood Wolverines take on the hometown Hopkinton Hillers. Hopkinton High School and the Tri-Valley League is committed to the highest ideals of sportsmanship and establishing a healthy environment for interscholastic competition. We will not tolerate negative statements or actions directed towards competitors, coaches, game officials, or fans in attendance. Please make sure your behavior reflects respect towards everyone. And now for tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Wolverines. At guard, number 4, junior Caitlin Fleming. At forward, number 10, junior Chloe Callahan. At guard, number 13, sophomore Katie Kissel. At guard, number 14, senior Olivia Holbrook. And at guard, number 25, junior Julia Dawley. The head coach for the Wolverines is Catherine Clifford. And now for the hometown Hopkinton Hillers. At forward, number 33, sophomore Lexi Trendle. At guard, number 23, sophomore Lauren Cho. At guard, number 22, sophomore Kiki Fossbender. At forward, number 21, junior captain Caroline Connell. And at guard, number 5, senior captain Olivia Gladue. The Hillers are coached by Will Collins, Channing Gaudette, Kerry Chatton, and head coach Mike Greco. If you would now please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
And there you have it. We are ready for tip-off between the 9-3 Westwood Wolverines and the 4-6 Hopkinton Hillers. The Hillers are fresh off a 50-25 win over Ashland, and they're hoping to continue that winning trend today because, believe it or not, Steve, we are midway through the season, and you got to get that 10 to get into the big tournament, and the Hillers 6 wins away.
Yeah, they've got their work cut out for them. They had a really great opportunity a week ago. I did the Holliston-Hopkinton game here, and they lost a heartbreaker. They were up by about 12 points. The Hiller girls were over Holliston, and ended up kind of just losing their grip and lost the game in overtime, a real heartbreaker. But going into this game 4-6, this is really a playoff implication type game for the Hillers, so hopefully they'll bring their game on tonight.
And Westwood wins the opening tip. Kissel sends it to the wing to Holbrook. Holbrook now surrounded by defenders, takes it in, up for the shot, no good, and then it's knocked out of bounds off of Caitlin Fleming. It'll be Hillers basketball.
Nice to see Olivia Gladue get it the start tonight, senior guard. Could use a big game from her tonight. We got 3 sophomore starters for the Hillers tonight.
Cho with the pass over to Fossbender. Kiki along the wing, sends it up to Connell. Now to Cho. Cho taking it down the lane, and it's stripped away by Fleming, and she'll pick it up for Westwood. A good steal there for the Wolverines. Kissel takes it up for Westwood, sends it over to Holbrook. Holbrook, pass over to Dolly. Dolly back to Holbrook.
Shot clock, 8.
Yeah, they're running out of time here. Good defense by the Hillers along the perimeter. They finally get it inside, up for the shot, and no good is Callahan. Then we have a jump ball call. It will go Hillers' way. Callahan got wrapped up with Gladue trying to get the loose ball, and the Hillers have the possession arrow in their favor. Cho takes it up, sends it over to Connell. Connell to Gladue. Gladue calls it out. It's back to Connell. Now Cho. Running out of time on the shot clock as the Hillers. Cho takes it in.
Beautiful.
And lays it in.
Good to see more of that from Lauren tonight. She does a good job slashing to the hoop. That was a great finish.
Here comes Westwood quickly up court. And some contact along the top of the perimeter between Holbrook as well as Fossbender.
No place to hide in that one. Kiki kind of got caught in that one. Got her money's worth too. Full body foul there.
First foul by either team in this game. Dolly with possession. Sends it inside, off the glass, and no good is Cassell, and the Hillers have it. Here comes Cho. Takes
Another
it to the
one.
rack, up and in.
Great job. Hiller's fortunate that Westwood missed that bunny down the other end, and then Lauren Cho with a nice finish.
3 attempt here. It's an air ball, and the Hillers have it. Missed by Dolly. Rebound by Lexi Trendle. Ladeau will take it up the far side. Ladeau sends it over to Cho, who has the only field goals of the game so far. Ladeau now calls it out. Over to Connell, running out of time on the shot clock. Here's Kiki, takes it in, up for the shot, and it falls short. Westwood recovers. Julia Dolly was along the baseline to get possession.
Ooh, there's a little mishap. Nice, there you go, Lauren.
A missed dribble by Holbrook. Cho has it. Quick break.
Good decision to pull the ball out.
Gladue will take it in, and she will draw contact.
Just a quick observation here, Tom. The Hillers, I think, as I said earlier, that this is almost like a playoff game because they really don't want to go 4-7. 5-6 is a whole lot better than that, just to get to close to 500. And they just have a little more intense defense.
Great send in to Trendle, but she can't finish. I think Callahan got some of the hand in there on the block. Westwood ball. Cassell takes it in, kicks it out over to Dolly, up for 3, no good. Off the back iron, recovered by Trendle.
Nice box by Lexi on that.
Gladue takes it up. Good defense by both sides so far in this game. We're seeing a lot of shot clock pressure and just some great man-to-man defense. And we're going to have a steal here by Cassell. Cassell takes it up, sends it over, up and no good is Callahan. Ball batted around. The putback by Dolly is no good. Then we get a jump ball call. As Connell pulled it down, she got wrapped up with Callahan. It's going to be Hopkinton basketball.
Well, Hiller girls pitching a shutout here. 4:28 to go in the first quarter.
And check that, it's Westwood basketball. Haley Jacobson will put it in play. Over to Roycroft. And back to Jacobson. Now Roycroft launches the three. No good off the rim. And the Hillers have it. Trendle able to get the loose ball, but we have a push. It will be against Westwood.
Katie Kissel on the fouls. Well, again, Lexi doing, if the younger players are listening and watching, Lexi really a couple times in a row with nice box outs there.
Ladeau with possession. Sends it up to Trendle. Now Cho. Cho sends it back out over to Sensity, and now into Trendle, who takes it to the rack. And she's going to be called for the moving violation. Westwood basketball. 4:02 left to go in the first quarter. A 4-0 Hopkinton lead. Hillers pressing here, trying to draw up some turnovers. They've drawn up some good turnovers so far tonight. First time these two teams met, it was Westwood taking the game in a close one, 44-39. Off the glass and in goes Roycroft.
Had to happen eventually. First hoop of the game for Westwood.
And that's not something you typically see from this Westwood group, taking that long to score. Sensity sends it up to McDonald. McDonald looking towards Cho and finally gets it to her. Cho takes it in, up for the lane, no good. Sensity trying to get to the ball. She's able to knock it out to Trendle. Here comes Gladeau along the baseline, and she'll send it past the reach of McDonald out of bounds.
Good idea by Olivia, just kind of got caught along the baseline and had to bail out, and just little miscommunication there with her Hiller teammates there.
Sophomore Haley Jacobson puts it in bounds for Westwood. Cassell takes it up, sends it over to the wing to Dolly, and Dolly's going to draw some contact, it looks like.
First foul on Lulu Murphy.
That is a team second for the Hillers.
She's instant energy. Lulu always brings a high energy to the game. See if she can make a difference here the last few minutes of the first quarter.
2 fouls apiece so far in this one. Cassell sends it over to Williams. Now it's back to Jacobson. Takes it in. Nice pass to the block. And
3 seconds.
Cassell going to be called for a violation. Hillers basketball. Hanging out in that low post too long. Here comes Murphy. Lulu sends it over to Cammie McDonald. Now along the left side, Sensity. That's up to Trendle. Now over to Fossbender. Back to Lexi. Lexi kicks it back out to Trendle, who takes it in.
Tough shot.
Up for the shot, no good by Fossbender. And the loose ball is collected by Roycroft. Roycroft takes it up for Westwood. Drives it in, over to the corner to Williams, and now up to Jacobson. Jacobson gets it to the corner to Katzman, who just recently hopped into the game. Now taking it up the lane, Cassell, and up and in she goes, plus a foul. I don't know if they're going to count the shot or not, and they will. And one.
It's a heck of a shot. Didn't really have any room to get the ball up, and somehow she maneuvered the shot through a couple of Hiller girls.
They get Lulu with her second foul, and the and one is complete. Westwood has their first lead of the night, a 5-4 lead for the Wolverines. 2:08 left to go in the first quarter. Hardenbrook sends it over to Sensity. And it's stripped away, loose ball, and we'll have a jump ball call. It's going to go Hiller's direction. It was a good effort by Katzman getting in there.
Both teams really flying on the defensive end.
Lulu sends it into Lexi. Now passes along the top of the perimeter. Sensity sends it out to Murphy. Lulu takes it in around the defender, up with the right hand, no good. It's pulled down by Roycroft. Here comes Westwood. Roycroft sends it up to Jacobson. Jacobson to Katzman. Katzman back to Fleming. Fleming hands it off to Jacobson. Down the lane she goes. And she's going to be called for the travel. Hillers basketball.
And again, another stingy defensive effort by the Hillers, and I mean that in a complimentary way.
They're guarding the perimeter very well. I think they know that Westwood is a pretty good three-point shooting team, and they have to watch that perimeter, and they've certainly done a nice job at that so far today, as we're going to have contact here. Lulu drives in and draws the foul. That foul called on Caitlin Fleming. That's her second.
Good effort by Fleming there. She definitely got all ball, but a little bit of the body contact.
First free throw, no good.
Kind of way off the mark, unusual for Lulu.
Lulu on the second of two.
Ooh, unlucky there.
Falls out into the hands of Roycroft and Westwood. Sent up the far side of Holbrook, and it got just past her. Out of bounds it goes. Good pressure from Sensini. Hiller is inbound with 1:10 left to go in the quarter.
Hillers haven't scored in a while, Tom.
Neither team has. Lulu with the pass over to Sensini.
Just calling him as I see him here.
Lexi sends it over to Lulu. The Hillers have struggled at times offensively this season. We'll see if they can break through and get something going. As Fossbender up with a shot, no good. Pulling down the board is Callahan. Taking it up is Holbrook for Westwood. Less than a minute left to go in the quarter now. Callahan with possession, sends it up to Katzman. Katzman drives in, kicks it out to Jacobson. Jacobson surrounded by defenders, overthrows her target, and it's picked off by Lexi Trendle. Pass over to Sensini. Around the perimeter they go. Taking it in, Fossbender. Around a couple of defenders, up for the shot, no good. Loose ball, collected by Westwood for the moment. Now we'll have a jump ball call as Fossbender gets wrapped up with Holbrook.
Fossbender, a little fortunate there. She certainly got the jump ball there, but a lot of contact at the same time. So the ref, to his credit, letting the girls play, as they say.
Well, Hillers are finding opportunities from the low post, but just struggling to hit their shots. Cassell takes it up. Over to the corner she goes to Williams, and now it's up to Dolly. Dolly trying to get it back to Williams. It's stripped away by Cammie McDonald. Here goes McDonald, coast to coast, up for the shot. Oof. No good, and that's how the quarter will end. After one, it's Hopkinton 4, Westwood 5. It is a offensive struggle, you might say, out there so far.
Almost a hockey game score, a high-scoring hockey game score, but nevertheless, Hillers off to a good start. 4 points right out of the gate by Lauren Cho, and then they haven't scored since, which is that's an unusual. It's a little unusual first quarter. I also want to make a note. I see that Brooke Doherty, number 11, really high energy player, doesn't look like she's been in the game yet. She looks like she might be in street clothes, so we don't know what that's all about. Maybe an injury of some kind, but we hope, if that's the case, we hope she bounces back quickly. But certainly, we've seen both teams in looking at the scores of both teams for the season. There's been a few low offensive outputs, and we have one of those types of games so far tonight, Tom. Maybe they'll get it going in the second quarter here.
Well, 3 more quarters to go, and the Hillers girls are going to be busy this week. They got Westboro tomorrow night right here at the Hopkinton High School Athletic Center. And then they'll be back here on Friday to host Norton. And then 3 road games after that, Holliston, Dover, Sherborne, and Medfield. And then you got the home finale on February 11th against Norwood. And then Bellingham on the 14th. So not an easy schedule coming up for the Hillers. As you mentioned earlier, Steve, kind of a crucial game here.
I think it's a pivotal game in terms of the playoff, the ability to make the playoffs. Having 7 losses after 11 games is a really big mountain to climb. So I just think it's really one of those games where it's a must game for them for that reason. And I think you can see the defensive intensity a little more tonight, a little higher level than in maybe the past couple games.
Cho trying to send it back to Gladue. Nearly knocked away, but she's able to gather it up. Over to Fossbender now. Kiki sends it back to Connell. The kick out now to Lexi. Gladue. Out to Lexi, running out of time on the shot clock. 10 seconds left. Taking it in, Connell. Over to Gladue. And she was trying to hit Lexi there. Cho picks it up. Up with the left-handed hook shot. No good.
Nice.
Put back Lexi. No. Off the rim it goes, and Westwood has it. A rough break there, and then an attempt by Dolly to get it up court to a wide-open Roycroft, but she was quickly cut off by Fossbender. And now we have a loose ball that rolls out of bounds along the baseline off the hand of Lexi.
Wow, it's quite a pinball wizard kind of a scramble there. Back and forth, a couple steals back and forth. Fossbender with an over-the-head steal. And then, unfortunately for the Hillers, they lost the ball at the other end. And there's a little foul there on someone.
Yeah, a little contact. I believe they're going to get Fossbender. Or it might have been on Lexi, actually. Yeah, it's going to be on Lexi.
The idea is to spread the fouls around. That was her first, so that's good. Good for the Hiller girls tonight.
Dolly back to Holbrook. Hillers certainly giving a whole lot of pressure on both ends of the court defensively. The kick out, wide open three attempt, and she's got it. Julia Dolly knocks it down.
It's a big one.
An 8-4 lead for Westwood.
Uncontested, I might add, which is not a good thing.
Connell kicks it back to Cho. We're just at the start of the second quarter here. Fossbender drives in, and she hits Connell, and Connell will take it in, draw a push. She is heading to the line for a pair. That foul called on Elizabeth Gill. That's her first. Now the junior, Caroline Connell, trying to get into the scorebooks. First free throw, no good. Hiller is 0 for 3 from the stripe so far.
Junior captain. Don't see that too often. And, we've been calling these games for quite a while. Remember, she was a freshman. She's come a long way since then. Obviously earning captainship.
Certainly has, but might need to work on her free throws as Dolly takes it up. Gets it over to Roycroft. Roycroft with the kick out to Jacobson. Jacobson to the corner to Callahan, up for three. Oh. She's got it. Look out. Westwood's heating up.
Could see that right when she left her hand. There's a good timeout by Coach Greco. Gather the troops. They don't have the Hiller girls do not have a lot of three-point shooting snipers out there. At least we haven't seen that tonight, and not to a large extent this season. So when you're down by 7 points early, a three-pointer can be a big momentum boost for, depending on what side of the coin you're on there. So hopefully the Hillers can gather themselves, and Coach Greco is going to try to do that right now.
I'll tell you, this Westwood team, they can shoot. They might have struggled in that first quarter, but don't let that fool you. This Westwood team, they put up some points this year. And the Hillers, they can't afford to miss open opportunities in the low post, or they just simply won't have a chance against this Westwood team. Westwood has won 3 of their last 4. In those wins, they've scored 50 or more points. They beat Holliston 52-38, Dover Sherborne 50-40, Ashland 57-49. Their last game, they struggled against Medfield, lost 41-22.
22 points. That's a tough offensive output.
Well, they already have half that now.
Yeah, right. On any given day, as they say, right?
That's right. Gladue into Cho. Cho back to Gladue.
Oh.
And now a great steal here by Cassell with the hustle.
Nice
she'll
block.
Take it up, and Cho with a nice block. Yeah, certainly was. And they're going to say Cassell got the last touch with her fingertips. Lauren Cho, you got to appreciate her hustle. The sophomore sprinting all the way up the court to get that block.
And avoid the foul, too. Not an easy play.
Cho over to Fossbender, now Gladue. Back to Cho, now Fossbender. Struggled with it a little bit, now tripped up. Able to get it to Cho, however. 6 minutes and counting left to go in the first half. Oof. Trying to get it in on the interior. Some good hustle there by Roycroft, but she stepped out of bounds.
Good call by the ref, all over that. Hiller's a little bit lazy on some of these passes here, really critical. Got to be tighten that stuff up.
And the officials want to talk something over here. And they're going to let Westwood substitute. That's what the stoppage was about. Olivia Williams into the game for Chloe Callahan for the Wolverines. Cho on the entry. Sends it up to Connell. Back to Cho. Cho up to Trendle. Now Gladue. Taking it in around the defender. Up with the right hand. No good. Loose ball. And it's collected by Williams. Taking it up is Dawley. Sends it back to Williams. Now to the corner to Roycroft. Along the baseline she goes. And she'll overthrow Jacobson. Well, some sloppy passing by Westwood on the last couple of series.
No question. But on the positive side, a really nice play by the fan in the stands on that pass that went right to him. He had to go to his left.
It's a play of the day so far. Ledoux takes it in and rejected. Loose
Good
ball, and she'll get wrapped up with Jacobson for the jump ball call. Westwood basketball.
Excuse me, Olivia Gladue. You see, she's got a little fire in her belly tonight. She's just bringing her game on. I think maybe with Brooke Doherty out tonight, a little extra time available, and she's making the most of it.
Cassell takes it up. Turns it around to Katzman. Out of the corner to Roycroft. It was batted by Hiller, but Jacobson able to get to it. Now over to Williams, and now a great feed underneath to Roycroft. He goes up and in.
Good patience on the Westwood's part, and Lexi got caught in the backside, and kind of an open layup for Westwood there.
An 8-0 Westwood run to start the second quarter. Connell trying to send it over to Lexi, and she's able to pull it down along the baseline. Should have been a foul there.
A lot of contact.
And Jacobson has it for the Wolverines. These officials let him play, but in some instances, they need to blow that whistle.
That was a little obvious.
Katzman kicks it up to Cassell. Cassell going to take it down the lane. With the pass up to Roycroft, up for the shot, no. Collecting is Fossbender. Here comes Kiki, good feed over to Lexi, up for the shot, no. And it's batted out by Williams. Westwood has it. Ariana Katzman with possession. Now to the corner to Cassell. That's up to Roycroft.
Hillers need a stop here.
Katzman underneath to Cassell. Roycroft off the glass and in. That's her third field goal of the night. Sarah Roycroft, the senior, with 6 points. Another timeout called by Coach Greco. A 15-4 Westwood lead. 3:42 left to play in the first half. It's a 10-0 Westwood run to start off this second quarter.
Wow. Well, Coach Greco and his team, they really need to gather themselves here. Not freak out, but to be patient, work for a good shot, come up with a different strategy, whether it's bringing the ball down low, taking it and drawing some fouls. Both teams with 4 fouls in this half, so to the referee's credit, letting the girls play, keeping the game moving, but at the same time, the Hillers haven't scored probably in the last 8 minutes of the game, which is a very, very long time. It feels longer than that, but they need to A, neutralize Westwood, and B, they got to get on their horse here and get a couple buckets.
The thing is, it's not like they haven't had opportunities. They've had some good low post turnovers, some good looks, and they just can't hit their shots. But they better start hitting them, or this game's going to get away from them. A 15-4 lead for Westwood with 3:42 left in the first half. We want to remind you, HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the dentist at Hopkinton. Founded by Dr. Jill Tanzi in 2003, the dentist at Hopkinton provides state-of-the-art dental care in a comfortable and relaxing setting to patients of all ages. They are located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com.
Nice. Slid that right in there.
I try. Fossbender. That's up to Trendle. Now over to the wing. Now passes underneath to Cho. There's Cho coming in. Pass to Fossbender. Fossbender with the shot, and there you go. Breaking that 10-0 run.
Right on cue. See if they can have a stop here.
Here's the comeback
There it
right
is.
now. Stripped away. Hillers have it. Picked up by Cammie McDonald. Here comes Cho. Feeds it over to Sensini. Back up to Cho. Now to Fossbender. Fossbender takes it in, kicks it out to Cho. Now to Sensini on the corner. 13 left on the shot clock and counting. Cho. Over to Fossbender. She launches a three. No good. Picked up by Cho. Cho with the putback.
Oh.
No! It falls off the rim, and Westwood has it. Collected by Jacobson.
Those are the ones you got to hit those.
Those are the heartbreakers
Yep.
right there. Katzman takes it up over to Callahan. Now to the corner to Holbrook. Now up to Jacobson. Now Katzman. Over to the corner to Callahan. They're running out of time on the shot clock now. Below 10 seconds left. Jacobson, Roycroft. Back to the corner to Katzman. Takes it in. Up, off the glass and in. Goes Ariana Katzman, the freshman.
That's a backbreaker right there with the 1 second left in the shot clock.
Fossbender, Cho. Approaching 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Sensini.
There it is.
Sensini off the glass and in.
Still some time to close this gap here, Tom. Hillers need to stop again.
Katzman with possession. Jacobson. Williams. Now over to the corner to Katzman, who flings it over to the wing, and now to the short corner to Callahan, who's called for the travel. Big turnover here, and scoring on these turnovers is where you can get the momentum shift. That's what the Hillers need to do.
Yeah, and going back, you can't get them back, but there's been some missed free throws as well. So
Lulu Murphy's back in the game for the Hillers with possession on the corner. Fossbender, Cammie McDonald, Sensini, Lulu takes it in, gets it back to Lexi. Lexi up with the hook shot, no, and it's collected by Roycroft. Roycroft takes it up for Westwood. Kicks it over to the corner to Callahan. Up the perimeter they go now inside of Roycroft. Over to the corner, up for three, and no good is Jacobson. An air ball there, collected by Lexi.
another good box by Lexi. She's got 4 or 5 rebounds. Almost a travel right there by Cammie.
Around the perimeter, Lulu over to Fossbender. Fossbender has it knocked away by Callahan, and we have contact made, says the official.
I think it was a kick.
And you are correct. Hillers will have the entry. 48 seconds left, a 17-8 Westwood lead here in the second quarter. And
Whoa.
Lulu took too long.
That felt a little quick to me.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah,
I don't know.
If anything, you lean and get. Not that the home team should get an advantage, but that was just felt a little quick to me.
Yeah, I thought it was about a second or so quick.
Yeah.
Katzman takes it in over to the wing, up for three, and no good is Dawley. Loose ball, and it was knocked out of bounds off of Katzman. Hillers will have it.
Fortunate there. Katzman had a wide open layup, just didn't go down.
Well, we'll see if the Hillers can get into double digits before the end of the half.
Westwood with a little press. Looking for a turnover.
Sensini on the entry to Connell. Connell forces it up the court. Here comes Lulu down the lane, and she's going to draw contact.
Non-shooting foul.
They'll get Dawley with her second. It's Julia Dawley, the junior for Westwood. Caroline Connell on the entry. Great feed to the right block, but Fossbender can't finish. It is a rebound by Cammie.
Oh, nice.
Nice pass over to Connell. Goes up and in.
Well, like a no-look pass there. That's big.
Cassell takes it up. Feeds it over to Jacobson. 5 seconds left in the half. Cassell going to take it down the lane around the defender. Up and in with the right hand. And that is a nice way to end the first half if you're Westwood, but the Hillers finally started to get some offense going in the final couple minutes of the second quarter. So we'll see if they can continue that into the second half. But after one half of play, it's Westwood 19, Hillers 10. But Steve, things started to look a little bit better for the Hillers in those final couple of minutes.
Well, they went such a long stretch without scoring, Tom. Like I said, they got 2 early hoops. It might have been 10 minutes of a scoring gap. It just felt like forever. But fortunately, after having 4 points with about 3 minutes left in the second quarter, they did get a few buckets and, only scored 6 points in that second quarter. But Westwood, Katie Kissel, kiss one off the back. Pardon my attempted humor, or cleverness, which really didn't happen very well there. But she had quite a half for her Wolverine teammates, and Westwood's got in the driver's seat right now. It's 19-10, but we got a whole second half to go. So let's see if the Hillers can respond.
Well, a lot more basketball left to be played. Second half coming up next. Westwood leading the Hopkinton Hillers 19-10. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Basketball on HCAM. HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the Dentist at Hopkinton. The Dentist at Hopkinton provides services including comprehensive dental care, same-day crowns, facial aesthetics, periodontal care, cosmetic dentistry, and implant dentistry. The Dentist at Hopkinton is located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com.
Girl, you taught me how to hurt real bad, cry myself to sleep. Show me how this town shattered me. Another lesson that a naive fool came to Babylon. Found that the final place so sweet. And then the dark Cadillac, hillbilly music, lonely, lonely streets that I call home. And my guitar Cadillac, hillbilly music, it's the only thing that keep me hanging on. There ain't no glamour in this tinsel land, lost and wasted lives. Painful scars are all that's left for me. I ought to thank you, girl, for teaching me when new ways to be cruel. I find my mind, now I get out to sleep. And this guitar's Cadillac, hillbilly music, lonely, lonely streets that I call home. And my guitar's Cadillac, hillbilly music, the only thing keep me hanging on. Yeah. And it's the guitar's Cadillac, hillbilly music, the lonely, lonely streets that I call home. And my guitar's Cadillac, hillbilly music, it's the only thing that keep me hanging on. Only thing that keep me hanging on, yeah. Only thing that keep me hanging on.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back to the Hopkinton High School Athletic Center. We are just about ready for the second half of this TV large matchup between the Westwood Wolverines and the Hopkinton Hillers. Let's take a look at the scoring totals from the first half. We'll start off with Westwood. Ariana Katzman with 2 points, Chloe Callahan with 3, Catherine Cassell with 5, Sarah Roycroft with 6, Julia Dawley with 3. For the Hopkinton Hillers, Amelia Sensini with 2, Caroline Connell with 2, Kiki Fossbender with 2, Lauren Cho with 4. And it's a 19-10 game as we enter the second half. The Hillers struggled offensively throughout the majority of the first half, but were able to string together a couple of field goals towards the end of the second quarter. Can they get something going in this third? It's certainly been more of a defensive game so far today, Steve.
No question, but the Hillers need to bring it, and and try to get I know it's early in the second half and just getting started here, but trying not to use all of their 30 seconds on the shot clock, or try to get shots off a little more quickly, and obviously hit them. So let's see if they can get off to a good start here.
Cho with possession, takes it in, up with the underhand shot, no. Off the bottom of the hoop she goes. Cassell with the loose ball. In case you don't know, the Hillers in the white, Westwood in the green. I know the jerseys can look somewhat similar at times.
A lot of green here.
Fleming over to Holbrook.
Good D by Lexi.
Yeah, and Gladeau on her as well, surrounded by defenders.
Good
and
D.
she ended up going out of bounds, just trying to put it along the baseline of Cassell. Hillers drop the turnover. Here comes Cho. Cho sends it over to Connell. Now Gladeau. That's up to Lexi. Now Fossbender. Cho. Cho with the underhand shot. No, it is a Hillers rebound as Lexi is there. The putback, no. Batted in the air. Westwood has it. Pulled down by Julia Dawley.
Tough one. Lauren didn't really have a good angle there. Just couldn't get it up there, and then Lexi just couldn't get the ball. She also had a tough angle.
Dawley trying to set to the top of the perimeter and ends up getting it to Fleming after it was touched by a couple of players. And Fleming, a good feed to Cassell, who will feed the bucket for the first field goal of the second half.
Katie Kissel with one of the better players on the court tonight for sure.
She has 7 points overall. Lexi. Cho. Back to Lexi. And no good there. Off the rim it goes. Westwood gets it back. Cassell with the pass up to Holbrook.
Good D by Olivia.
Holbrook up for the shot. No. And it was a Westwood rebound by Callahan. Then it was stripped out, but landed in the hands of Fleming. Wolverines still in control. Dawley. Up the lane. Kicks it out to Fleming. Fleming to the wing to Cassell. Up for three. No. Off the rim. Collected by Holbrook. Good
Tough
possession
one.
by the Wolverines, taking all kinds of time off the clock. Cassell. Feed over to Fleming. Kick out to the corner. Now up top for three, no good by Holbrook. Hillers basketball.
Well, another kind of a tough start here offensively. The Hillers just can't buy a bucket tonight. Still a lot of time left, so let's see if we can just get one at a time. We can't get 8 in a row, so.
That's right.
On one possession, I should say, but let's just get one here.
Show up to Connell, now Gladeau. Back to the corner to Connell, up for three, and she's got it.
Right on cue, Caroline. Thank you very much for that.
First three of the day for the Hillers, and boy, did they need that.
Nice release, good. Ooh, almost a travel, and it was a travel.
You called it. Could this be the momentum turn we've been waiting for?
We have number 32, Maggie Hedstrom, in the game, junior guard, first time in the game for her.
I think we'll see some new faces in this game, especially if the shooting continues to struggle. Fossbender up to Connell, now to Hedstrom. Hedstrom going to take it in. Trying to kick it out. It's stolen away by Cassell. She's trying to get it back to Cho. Cassell with a good feed. The kick out. Dawley thought about the three. Back into Roycroft. Driving down the lane up with the right hand is Callahan. No good. Hillers basketball.
Good D by Kiki.
Kiki with the pass up to Hedstrom, and Hedstrom draws contact.
Julia Dawley, her second.
Team first in the second half.
I take that back. It's her third, and she comes out along with Olivia Holbrook.
Lexi Trendle on the inbound. Sends it up to Cho, back to Lexi. Lexi had it poked out by Callahan. It'll be a Hillers inbound. Cho will have the entry this time. Cho up to Connell. Now over to Hedstrom. Cho calls it out.
Oh, too bad.
Stolen away by Cassell. She's had a couple of great steals tonight for Westwood.
Super quick player.
Cassell surrounded by defenders, and we're going to have a foul.
That's on Lauren, I believe.
Yep, they're going to get Lauren Cho with the contact. That's her first. 21-13 Westwood, 3:53 left to go in the third quarter. Fleming on the entry to Callahan, who hands it back to Jacobson out of the corner, and we're going to have a travel called on Cassell.
Well, the Hillers still hanging around here. Westwood only with one bucket this quarter. But both teams have one bucket this quarter. Hillers have a three-pointer, and 3:40 left in the quarter. Another low-scoring affair here.
Cho with possession. Sends it up to Fossbender. Kiki takes it in, kicks it out to Connell. Running out of time on the shot clock. Cho launches a three. No good. It'll spin out. And it is collected by Sarah Roycroft and the Westwood Wolverines. Roycroft takes it down the lane, up with the underhand shot. No good. Pulled down by Connell. Hillers get it back. Cho.
Need a hoop. There it is. There it is.
And one. Just what the Hillers needed. Lauren Cho comes through. 6 points for the sophomore tonight. For those of you hockey fans out there, Hopkinton Hillers Hockey will be live on the HCAM YouTube page tomorrow night. A big game against Dedham. A matchup of the two top teams in the TVL. Starts at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. The end one, no good. Westwood has it.
That's undefeated Hiller hockey team, right?
That's right. 12-0-0.
Ranked number one in Division III in the state.
It's going to be a good one tomorrow night, that's for sure. Fleming, the kick out to Roycroft. And Roycroft tried to put it over the defender, and I think they're going to get the defender with the foul. I don't necessarily agree with this call.
I thought that the Westwood player was kind of pushing off before the foul. That could have been an offensive foul, but they got Caroline with their first foul of the night.
Fleming on the entry. Up to Cassell. Kicks it out to Roycroft. Launches the three. No good off the rim.
Got to grab that.
Loose ball. Westwood maintains possession. Jacobson. Williams.
Pass to nowhere.
Yep, she was trying to feed it to Jacobson and underthrew her. Hillers basketball. Cho takes it up. Over to Connell.
Easy does it.
Back to Cho. Cho down the lane. And it's knocked out of bounds off of Westwood. Good block by Jacobson, but the Hillers retain possession.
21-15 Westwood. Hillers need a hoop.
Cho feeds it over to Sensini. And now nearly stripped away, but back to Sensini it goes. Cho running out of time on the shot clock. Kick out to Connell. Connell takes it in, up for the shot. Off the back iron, no good. Loose ball collected by Cassell. Cassell takes it up, feeds it over to the left corner to Jacobson. She'll kick it up over to Roycroft. Out of the short corner to Williams. Back to Jacobson, taking it in, over to Fleming. Great feed underneath, up for the shot, no good. Roycroft, Hillers basketball.
Very fortunate there. Westwood missed a bunny layup down there. Opens the door, there it is.
A nice feed over to Connell, who puts it up and in.
Big one.
A 4-point game. Hillers working their way back in it. Westwood ice cold from the field, only 2 points in the third quarter. Fleming up top, over to Jacobson. Jacobson trying to feed it to the corner. A great steal by Connell. Oh. And now it's stolen back by Cassell. Feeds it over to the right elbow. Up for the jumper and in goes Roycroft.
Tough one right there. A missed opportunity for the Hillers. Just a lazy pass, unfortunately, right before the quarter ends. But let's see if the Hillers can respond right here.
One thing I'll say about this game, incredible hustle out there on both sides, defensively especially. Connell, Cho, takes it in, kicks it out. The feed over to Connell. Running out of time on the shot clock. 5 seconds left and counting.
Need some help.
Nowhere to go with it. There's Cho. Wide open opportunity, and she takes advantage.
Big one.
Lauren Cho starting to come through huge for the Hillers.
Need a stop.
Cassell over to Jacobson. Back to a 4-point Westwood lead. Williams feeds it over to Jacobson. The kick out now coming in from the wing. Up for the underhand shot is Fleming. No good, but she draws contact.
Big hoop by Lauren coming down the lane. She's only a sophomore. You got to remember, this is her second season, but she's only a sophomore. And she's gotten stronger game by game. And that was a big hoop for her to bring her Hiller teammates within 4 points after being down 9 at the half. And number 4, Caitlin Fleming, misses the first of 2. Not a lot of fouls this game, Tom, keeping things moving. Only 3 and 2, respectively, Hopkinton and Westwood. And there's a second miss. Still time for a hoop.
Well, free throws can make all the difference in this game the way it's going. Sensini with possession. 5 seconds left in the quarter.
Oh, that's a killer.
And moving violation. She moved that pivot foot. Westwood will have the ball. 5.3 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
See if we can get a steal here, Tom.
Ariana Katzman on the entry. Feeds it over to Cassell. Cassell pulls up down the lane, up for the underhand shot. It falls out. And we are heading to the fourth quarter with Westwood leading 23-19. It's a 4-point game. And Lady Luck certainly wasn't on Westwood's side in that quarter. The Hillers outscoring Westwood in the quarter 9-4. And we have ourselves a game, Steve.
I'll tell you what, great response coming out of the halftime discussion. Coach Greco must have said the right things at halftime. And, only down by 4, they really could, a couple breaks here and there, they could have been tied or who knows. But Westwood doing their part, not exactly hitting the cover off the ball, as they say, with the wrong, little cliche from a different sport, but that's the truth. They 4 points, 2 buckets in that third quarter. So we want to take a minute. We haven't really acknowledged our team here. Tom Ding's directing tonight. Samantha Ding's doing graphics. John Camera running 3 cameras up here in the perch. I don't know how he does it, ladies and gentlemen. We have 2 cameras on the floor, and John is up here in the perch, and he's running them. I don't know. We'll have to get back to you on how he does that. But
well, he is the best in the business, so.
But we make it happen here at HCAM TV. It's good time, and Tom and I get to do a few games this season. And so far, this game, although a low-scoring one, I think we're going to have a good finish.
I think so. It's been a low-scoring defensive game, but it's been a close one. A lot of momentum shifts, a lot of great steals, a lot of hustle, and a lot of great defense. It's been some very nice defensive moments in this game for both sides. Westwood is set to inbound. Haley Jacobson on the entry. Cassell takes the inbound. Up to Roycroft. Roycroft trying to feed it underneath. Loose ball wrapped up. Jacobson. It's knocked out of bounds. And they call it out on Westwood.
Kind of forced that ball in there. Not a very good decision on Westwood's part to kind of force that pass in there.
The Hillers are guarding the low post very well. And Westwood, they're just simply not taking the risks from beyond the perimeter. They're really trying to work their way into the low post, and the Hillers' defense just shutting it down. Cho kicks it out to Fossbender. Now along the wing, Sensini. Back out to Fossbender. Running out of time on the shot clock. Over to the corner to Cho. Along the end line, up for the shot. No. Roycroft with the rebound, and she's going to draw all kinds of contact. And excuse me, that was Cassell.
Some good sportsmanship by both teams there.
Ooh.
Bodies flying. Who was that? A jump ball?
All right, they called the jump ball. Big break there, I'd say. Taking it in, Hedstrom up for the shot. No, knocked out of bounds off of Cammie McDonald, Westwood basketball. Lily Jacobson on the entry.
Hillers need just keep the momentum going. They finish strong. See if they can keep that mojo going in the fourth quarter.
Hillers continuing to press. Cassell with possession.
5-second call there.
Over to Roycroft. Roycroft takes it in. She's going to draw a bump from the defender. And they're going to get Hedstrom with her first.
Hillers definitely an aggressive man-to-man zone and trapping whenever they can. And that trap was a little too aggressive there on part of Hedstrom. Oh, wow.
Roycroft along the end line, up and in.
It's a cardinal sin on defense to give up the baseline, and that was really an obvious one.
Cho. It's a 6-point Westwood lead. Trying to pass into the interior, and it's batted in the air and taken away by Jacobson. Feeds it over to Cassell. Now to Callahan on the corner. Up to Katzman. It's back to Cassell. Cassell going to take it down the lane, up with the right hand and in. The finger roll lay-in by Cassell.
That one hurt. Sort of a defensive collapse there as she came down the lane. Ooh.
And there's a strip away, but it goes right to Cammie McDonald. Cho up and no good. Rolls off the back iron, collected by Callahan. Here comes Cassell. 5:45 and ticking left to go in the fourth quarter.
There's a steal.
Roycroft trying to feed it over. It's stolen away. Fossbetter got the hand on it. Connell takes it up. And Fossbetter, around the perimeter they go over to Cho. Up for three, and she's got it.
Big one.
Lauren Cho, really the only source of offense for the Hillers, single-handedly keeping them in this game. Cassell down the lane, up with the underhand lay-in, and she's got it.
Back at you, man. That was a little reverse.
Great response by the sophomore. Now a long pass to Fossbender in the corner from Cho. Up to Cho. Over to Hedstrom. Sensity. Back to Hedstrom. Up and there's a foul. She's going to the line.
Well, the free throws are all important, but I guess in a game like this, they're even more important in the fourth quarter.
Get Ariana Katzman with her first foul of the game. Carly Hedstrom, the sophomore, at the line. First of two, yes.
Big one.
Handful of substitutions for both sides. Lexi Trendle back into the game for the Hillers, along with Caroline Connell. Can the sophomore put the Hillers within 5? Yes, she can.
Big free throws right there by the sophomore.
Back to a 5-point game.
Well, Carly comes in for a quick stint, and she hits a couple free throws, comes out. Maybe we'll see more of her tonight. Oh, there's a steal right there.
And it was nearly stripped away by Trendle, but taking it for Westwood is Fleming. Good feed over to the block. The kick out over to Callahan, and now up to Roycroft. And we're going to have an injury timeout here. Will be Westwood's ball off the timeout. Cladeau a little shooken up.
Unfortunate for Olivia. She's having herself a good game tonight. It looks like she rolled her ankle or something.
Fleming on the inbound over to Cassell. Back to Fleming.
Need a stop here.
Roycroft. Pick set by Fleming.
Shot clock.
Running out of time again. 3 seconds.
Off her. There we go.
And a good feed underneath, and it went off the foot of Cho. Good defense by Cho. Cassell was kind of open. Cho just hustled in there to make sure she didn't get that shot off.
Got 1 second on the shot clock here.
Fleming. Pass over. The three at the buzzer. No good by Dolly.
Good D by the Hillers right there. Need to shut it down. Hopefully Olivia Ledoux is on them. Can shake things off. and maybe we'll see her again. Good to see her walking off the floor, but we'll see her. In the meantime, we have 5-point deficit, and we can use a bucket here.
Around the perimeter, over to Fossbender, trying to pass up to Cho. It's stolen away. Quick break by Cassell. Down the lane, up off the window and in.
A backbreaker right there. We need a response.
Catherine Cassell with a clutch play as Cho takes it up. Cho down the lane, and she'll draw the foul.
One of the assistant coaches for Westwood was beside himself that Lauren kind of threw herself at the Westwood player, created the contact, but that was a legit foul.
You get Chloe Callahan with her first, and the first free throw no good.
7-point deficit, 3:55 to go here, Tom. This is critical. Everything's critical at this point.
Second free throw. Nope. Off the
All
front
right,
of the rim,
take a
but
rebound,
it's
though.
batted out to Fossbender. Now it's stolen away by Fleming.
Fossbender brought the ball down. Again, younger players watching. If you're a big player, keep the ball up high. And that's what happened with Fossbender. She had the ball kind of around her waist, and the shorter Westwood player came in and just stole it right away from her. So tough break right there. The Hillers have had a few opportunities to close the gap, and they've kind of let the grip slip away. You know, after being down 4 going into the fourth quarter, now they find themselves down by 7 and missed a few easy buckets, but we'll see how that goes coming out of the timeout.
3:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. We want to remind you HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the dentist at Hopkinton. The dentist at Hopkinton provides services including comprehensive dental care, same-day crowns, facial aesthetics, periodontal care, cosmetic dentistry, and implant dentistry. The dentist at Hopkinton is located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com. Well, the Hillers down by several points. 3:45 left to go. Only one field goal in the fourth quarter for the Hillers. We'll see if they can get something going offensively to get back into this game. This game has just been a defensive struggle for both sides. A lot of great defense.
Plenty of time.
A lot of great hustle as well, and a lot of great takeaways. Cassell with the pass down over to Dolly, and now over to Roycroft.
Oh, that's a travel right there.
And Roycroft is going to be called for the travel that Steve was looking for.
Carly Hedstrom, I think it was Carly.
Yep.
Really good defense. She came over and offered up some help defense and caused that travel. Sophomore getting some good playing time tonight.
Hedstrom, she's doing a nice job as well. She's drawn up a couple of good turnovers today. Cho feeds it up top to Sensiting. Back to Cho. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Cho takes it up the lane.
Nice.
Up and in.
Cho's having a game of her life tonight.
She likes that underhand shot.
She can do it lefty or righty. It's big. And she's, again, only a sophomore. It's 2 more years after this. It's only going to get better.
Roycroft kicks it over to Callahan. Now into Cassell. Back to the corner, up for 3. No good is Dolly. And it is batted in the air by Cassell, taken by Fleming, and she's able to maintain possession along the baseline. That was impressive ball control there.
A little tightrope. Oh, that's off.
Roycroft trying to feed it underneath to Cassell. It goes off her hand out of bounds.
How she kept in bounds, I'm not sure how that happened, but we'll take the turnover, and the Hillers have a chance to close the 5-point lead, or deficit rather.
Cho. Over to Lexi, now along the right corner, taking it in, Hedstrom. And we're going to have a foul here.
'15 foul on Westwood.
They're going to get, looks like Caitlin Fleming with her 4th. So she's going to come out of the game. Lauren Cho on the inbound.
Got to come to the ball.
Feeds it over to Lexi. Back to Cho. Right now, I think if you're the Hillers, you try to get Cho some shots.
Need some help.
She's really the only one hitting field goals at this point. Hedstrom. Down the lane, up for the shot, and she was denied. Good block there by Roycroft. Roycroft able to get it over to Cassell. Less than 2 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Good feed over to the block to Dolly. And she swipes it over to the left short corner, up and no good is Callahan. Loose ball. And It was nearly picked up by Dolly, but she swiped it over to Lauren Cho, and the Hillers have it.
Plenty of time.
Cho down the lane, and she's denied.
Lexi almost grabbed the ball and didn't get it.
Great block by Roycroft. Here comes Westwood. Cassell feeds it over to Callahan.
They need to work
Jackson, now over to Roycroft.
Sorry, they're going to work the clock here.
They certainly do. They're going to take their time. They know that 2 possessions in the way this game's going offensively is quite a bit. Jacobson feeds it over to the corner. Up for 3. No good is Callahan.
Oh, that's a killer.
It was collected by Cassell. Nearly stripped away by Hedstrom. And then we get a foul called. It's going to be against the Hillers. They're going to get Lauren Cho with her second. And we'll have a timeout on the floor. 1:03 left to go in the fourth quarter. Westwood leading 31-26, and they'll have the inbound off the timeout. 5 fouls apiece in this game. Well, it's been a good back-and-forth battle, Steve, and a lot of great defensive plays, a lot of great steals in this game, but unfortunately, not a lot of great shooting.
No, I mean, with the exception of Katie Cassell and Lauren Cho for Hopkinton, the two strongest players for each team there are having really nice games. Lauren must have about 12 or 14 points.
Cho's the team leader with 13.
Yep. So, but Katie Cassell having a really good game, and with 1:03 left, the Hillers need to shut Westwood down and get the next hoop and bring it in a little bit from that 5-point deficit, make it a 2-possession game if they get a 3-pointer. Lauren, as well as Caroline Connell, I think are the only 2 Hiller girls to hit a 3-pointer tonight. And we could use one of those right now, but in the immediate future, they need to defend Westwood, and they have a full shot clock, which I'm sure they're going to try to run down. So maybe we'll see some fouls happening here, quick fouls. Oh, my goodness.
Roycroft wide open to the bucket. An easy lay-in.
That's not what they designed in the timeout, I don't think.
Cho going to try to respond here. No good. Pulled down by Roycroft. Well, Sarah Roycroft is your star for Westwood. She's been really their only source of offense, her and Cassell.
Yeah, exactly.
Jacobson feeds it up to Callahan. Roycroft. Approaching 30 seconds left, and the Hillers are going to start fouling intentionally here.
Yeah, that's unfortunate to come out of that timeout, and there was just a defensive breakdown. Coach Greco, I looked over at the bench when that happened. It was just I think the Westwood player couldn't believe the clear path to the hoop.
An intentional foul. They're trying to get to the limit. And they are at that limit. Catherine Cassell heading to the line for a 1-and-1.
Well, 31 seconds left. It's going to take a bit of a miracle here. We've had the miracles in the Athletic Center. Not sure if we'll see it tonight, but we'll see.
Never know. Front end is good. Not a good start.
Good job by Caroline Connell, junior captain. Good game. She hit a big 3-pointer earlier. Had some nice plays.
She hits them both.
Katie Cassell really kind of nail in the coffin there, so to speak.
Cho takes it up.
Got to launch it.
Down the lane. Keeps it in.
Could have been
Hedstrom.
trouble.
Fossbender, that was a carry and a half. No good. Jacobson with the rebound. There comes Roycroft. Sorry, it was just so
It was a
obvious.
Euro step in 3/4.
They let him play out there today, that's for sure. Westwood's going to come away with the 35-26 victory. Tough loss for the Hillers. They're now 4-7 on the season. Westwood has clinched a playoff spot with their win here tonight as they improved to 10-3. So congratulations to the Westwood Wolverines. But Steve, it was just a night where the Hillers just struggled offensively. They played a very good defensive game, came up with a lot of steals, but they just couldn't hit too many shots from the low post.
No, hey, giving up 34 points, very respectable. only scoring 26 points, and they have Olivia Gladue having an injury along with Brooke being out. On the positive side, Lauren Cho had a really good game. She missed a few potential critical hoops along the way. Free throw shooting always an issue, and I don't think they helped themselves tonight as far as the Hiller girls are concerned. But the good news also is they can come back tomorrow night against a tough Westboro team, cross-town rival, non-league game. So they have 3 games this week. We just finished the first one. We have a game tomorrow night with Westboro coming here, and then Friday night with Norton coming into town. So should be an interesting week. Critical time. Hillers need to win the next 2 games here to keep their playoff hopes alive.
They certainly do. Your top scorers tonight, Lauren Cho for the Hillers with 13 points. For Westwood, it was Catherine Kissel with 15, Sarah Roycroft with 12. For our HCAM crew, my broadcast partner, Steve Spector, I'm Tom Nappy. The final score for the final time, Westwood takes down Hopkinton 35-26. We thank you very much for watching Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Basketball on HCAM. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon.